Brilliant. Thank you. So, hello and welcome to the information webinar on the Civic Leadership Program, sponsored by Greater Manchester Combined Authority, the We Lead for Legacy program. My name is Sharon Amesu, and I am the co-delivery partner for this program, co-founder of She Leads for Legacy, an organization that is committed to the progression, the career progression and advancement of Black women in the workplace. And this program is being co-delivered alongside Flourish Together and represented today by Nickala Torkington. Nickala, would you like to please introduce yourself?
Thank you. Yes, so it's an absolute pleasure to be here, coming back for year 2 of this programme. I'm working alongside She Leads for Legacy again, backed by Greater Manchester Combined Authority and partners to set this programme off. Flourish Together, we've been going for just over 12 years. We're a kind of pay it forward consultancy and social innovation organisation, supporting people around social entrepreneurship, leadership, and the civic leadership in particular through this programme, which is going to be another great journey for the year ahead. I've got my colleague Anna, that some of you will come to meet very well, who supports the programme through our sort of operational and sort of programme coordination. And yeah, we just can't wait to see who's coming on the programme this year.
Thanks so much, Nickala. So just by way of the agenda for today's meeting, I will do a very brief introduction to She Leads for Legacy and this We Lead for Legacy program. And Nickala will then go on to tell us more about the program itself and what's involved in the program, the benefits of being a participant on it. And she'll also go on to explain about the criteria that we'll be looking at for those who are wanting to express their interest and the process for expressing your interest in this program. We'll also have the opportunity to hear from past participants. As Nickala has said, this is the second year that we as co-delivery partners are delivering this program on behalf of the Greater Manchester Combined Authority. And so we're delighted that we have a cohort of people from last year who are still actively involved with this particular program through our alumni network, and they have expressed their willingness to be a part of introducing you to their experiences of the program. And then after that, we'll have the opportunity for you to ask some questions about the program. And there is no silly question here. Anything that comes to mind that will help you to be better informed about how to progress with the program and express your interest. We're here to answer those questions. Thanks very much. So, by way of sort of high-level overview and introduction, really, my background is law, and I was in practice as a barrister for 16 years, and throughout that time, really passionate about justice and ensuring that we have an equitable and fair society through my work. She Leads for Legacy, I co-founded with my daughter, who herself is a barrister. She's an employment law barrister. And again, that theme around justice and fairness being incredibly important for people to achieve their potential. Throughout our work Legacy, we've been focused on ensuring that people do have the opportunity that should be availed to them so that they can progress. And we were really passionate about this program that became available through the Greater Manchester Combined Authority some time ago now, because we saw that the Combined Authority were committed to investing in ensuring that across the Greater Manchester region, there was an increase in representation for racially marginalised communities. And this is clearly a real passion of ours. We know from our own personal experiences and our professional experiences that where you have greater representation from racially marginalised communities, then their voices are heard, their issues are advocated for and they're brought to the table. And yet we know, of course, when we look across our region, that there is a lack of representation. And so when this opportunity came for us to be a part of a process, of a journey of helping and supporting this region, which we're really passionate about. I'm a Mancunian born and bred, really passionate about driving this across the region. We knew that we wanted to do it. We also knew that we wanted to work in partnership with a brilliant partner, a partner who understands the issues, is committed to the issues, and committed to driving positive change and is experienced in doing so. And so we knew straight away that that partner, we wanted it to be Flourish Together, having worked with Nickala over many years. This program is a very special program. And we know from the report that was produced last year, the impact report that was produced from last year's program and last year's cohort, just how transformational it had been for them. And I just want to just highlight a couple of things, really. That this journey that we are inviting you to consider expressing your interest in is truly a transformational journey. It's not just a leadership development opportunity. This is an opportunity for you as leaders in your various spheres, whatever your background may be. And Nickala will give us more insight into the criteria, but whatever your professional background might be, we are inviting you to consider this opportunity because we know that huge transformations take place. We know that people become aware of the skills that they have and how they can be strategically aligned to driving positive change across our civic community in this region. We know that this is an opportunity for you to build your peer network of fellow-minded change makers who want to blaze trails across this region. And we also know that it's a huge opportunity for you to broaden your network and get connected to other trailblazers, influencers, and decision makers across this region so that you are able to advance the issues, advance the agendas, and progress the matters that concern your community. You, through this program, will be able to upskill yourself and become more influential in your communities. You will be able as well to be an advocate for the issues that are challenging your community because so often we can feel disempowered by what's surrounding us. But the invitation here is to recognize that we all have power. As Alice Walker said, the most common way that people give up their power is by believing they don't have any. And through this particular program, we encourage all of the participants to see how individually and collectively we have agency and power to drive positive change. I'm thrilled that Greater Manchester Combined Authority have seen the need and seen fit to invest in this programme. And what's really exciting about this iteration of it, year two, is the engagement with local authorities and their resolve and their commitment to support those who hail from their particular boroughs to be involved and participate fully in the programme. And so I encourage each and every one of you to listen in closely as Nickala sets out more about the programme. Understand that we are here to support you should you wish to express an interest. And for my part, I'm very much looking forward to seeing as many people as possible apply for this programme. Last year, we had record numbers and we're hoping to see that again this year for what we know will be an exceptional year of transformation, of empowerment, and readying our leaders to build a very bright future for Greater Manchester. Thank you very much, Nickala.
Thanks, Sharon. So I had a bit of a quick draw finger there, move things along. So I'm going to give people a little overview of the programme, as Sharon says. I may then jump to one of our last year's participants, because I know she has to head off and I don't want to miss the opportunity for you to hear from her. And then I'll probably come back to the criteria and things like that and make sure there's plenty of time for Q&A. So in terms of the programme itself, as you'll know from if you've had a little look at some of the background information, is a series of programme days, 5 cohort days plus a graduation ceremony. And the dates here are fairly fixed dates that we anticipate the program running on. We've got it set, we're ready to go, and we've just got to find some around 30 fantastic participants from across all 10 boroughs of Greater Manchester who want to take part this year. Day one is a kind of immersion and a launch. It's a day that we would hope to have all of our local authority leads at, and all being well, Andy Burnham and other sort of senior figures around the region coming to take part in the day to really kickstart the programme. As Sharon said, really endorse this work and highlight to you why this is so important and commit their support. But it really gives you as participants a way to meet one another, build that network and that community from day one, and really get a good immersion into what the programme is going to be about and what you want to get from it, and plan your sort of action plans for the year ahead. We've then got day two, which is all about purpose and systems and thinking about how leadership plays out across different sectors, across different ways, and how no one individual alone necessarily leads that change and leads that civic change. It's a series of interconnected systems, people, department, public, private, voluntary sector and broader. And so that will really help you to look at how you position yourself as a leader in your career. And we'll hear from a range of different civic leaders and broader sectoral leaders who can help you understand how they've navigated systems leadership. Day three is all about getting back to you and who you are and really understanding yourself, your leadership style, and the importance of self-care in leadership. And obviously the day is entitled The Leader in Me. It's on that day that we'll actually be looking at some visits to broader civic leadership settings, and going and looking at civic leadership in action. That may be in a magistrate's courts, for example. That could be going talking to parent governors. That could be taking lunch with a number of councillors from different areas, and other civic leadership settings. So that's day three. Day four is all about having you look at your own sort of professional resilience, personal and professional resilience, to help you lead in an authentic way and to make sure that you're motivated and can navigate your leadership journey and the path that you want to take for the future, and know that any barriers, because we all face barriers in life, let alone in the leadership journey and making decisions, making change happen. This is a day for some honesty and authenticity, and hearing from your peers and other speakers on how they've gone about this. And it's a really nurturing but insightful day. And then the fifth day, the last day before the graduation, brings it all back to communication, and it helps. Sharon does a fantastic session all around communicating effectively, and looking at storytelling, looking at the various tools, tips and tricks for really effective and really powerful public speaking, whether that be about, influencing, or whether that be about, positive communication where you're going forward to look at appointments, applications and otherwise. So there's a lot to learn, there's a lot to get stuck into. What we also do throughout the programme is we connect you with other people on the programme. And actually, following days 3, 4 and 5, there will also be what we call peer support circles. They tend to be in an evening. So the programme days, give or take, tend to run from about sort of 9 till 4, 9 till 4:30. And then July, September and October, we will also run some peer support circles. Last year, they worked really well of an evening. We will speak to the cohort and check what's going to be most accessible, but from a sort of 6:30 till 8 sort of slot, we came together and ran action learning, troubleshooting, and supporting people on their leadership journey as a collective of peers. We plan to do that again. The graduation event is a really fantastic day. You're going to see a video shortly hearing from some of the participants on that day, and just their reflections having been through the programme. And we're really looking forward to the graduation later on this year. But the only other quick things to sort of mention here, and we can certainly take any questions shortly that people might have around programme days and accessibility and these sorts of things. there's going to be, as Sharon mentioned, an alumni network this year. So for the subsequent years of this programme running, the plan is to create an alumni network that will be graduates of the programme and wider participants as that grows. And many of the alumni, as Sharon said, are very involved still and are really looking forward to the opportunity of creating this alumni network, creating their own events. And we are doing a call out with that group for a number of ambassadors who are going to evolve this network. So that's something that you will have access to this year and beyond. And additionally, what we're going to be supporting people with this year is some appointment support, be that public appointment, leadership role appointment, and create some wider networking opportunities around this, which happen through the programme and through the alumni network. So there's lots to get involved with. It's a day a month commitment ultimately. And so thinking about whether you've got capacity, that will be key. What I'd like to do at this stage, if I may, and I'm just going to leap forward with some slides. I believe Lily's on the call. Are you there, Lily? I'm just going to check. I know she could only stay for so long, so are you there, Lily? Are you on mute?
I'm here and I was on mute.
Oh, fabulous. Oh, great stuff. So we are going to look at a little video shortly, but Lily's a past participant. She now runs her own social enterprise organisation. But Lily, do you want to just, I guess, tell people what motivated you to join the programme last year, what you've gained from it, where you are now, and any tips that you might have for anybody thinking about applying?
Absolutely, and I've no idea why I've got that background on. It's just I'm in space, but yeah, I'm here. So yeah,
galaxy of opportunities.
I think for me, when I applied, I applied, but I didn't think I would get onto the programme. I really struggled with imposter syndrome for so many reasons, just didn't feel that I would have been good enough. So was absolutely overwhelmed when I got a place and was accepted on, even though I was really, really nervous because I don't come from an academic background and I was really scared of the other people that were going to be on the programme with me. And they were all actually such an amazing bunch. I've never been in a room with so many people that looked like me. So that was the first thing where I felt I belong and that I could be myself. So, I mean, that in itself was just huge. I was in a job that was a really good job and I was well paid, but I didn't feel valued. But I'd been in that job for a number of years and actually thought I would just continue and retire from that role. But having spent the sessions and, specifically with Sharon and her teachings, I learned to become the leader of my own life. And that's something that I'd never been. So as well as learning all of these leadership skills, I learned how to have my own podcast. I'm now a co-host of a podcast, something I'd wanted to do, but didn't have an idea how to do. And at the end of the programme, I then went to another event, which was a She Leads for Legacy event. And I was so empowered by that event. I got in the car with my husband and said, I'm resigning today. And he was like, what? And I said, yeah, I've done it. I don't have a plan, but there will be one. And he was like, calm down. I was all pumped up, but I did. I resigned. And I set up my own CIC and it's called Watering Your Soul. It's a community interest company that supports women like me and women who have got multiple unmet needs. Now, I've only had that running since September and I had a goal for what I wanted to get in grant funding. And that was for the whole year. And I've already exceeded that in March. So never look back, honestly. I just think if you get the opportunity to go on this programme, give it your all, because even though there seems lots of days, it goes really, really quick. And to get the most out of it, you do have to attend and you have to participate and be willing to learn. But I would love to come and do it again, which is why I'm on this call. And another thing that I've got from that, so I've made some really good friends who I'm now a trustee on one of their charity, and I'm also a director on somebody else who set up their own CRC from the programme. So the opportunities that have been afforded to me from this are just keep coming. And I'm now a member of the Labour Party, and I'm in talks with the Labour team to see if I can become a councillor. So from somebody who had no confidence and not that much drive, I've flourished. So yeah, my advice is, if you get an opportunity, go for it, and please apply, because it's amazing. I can't say enough, and I've made some really good contacts, and I still see Nickala now. She supports me with my business, and yeah, it's amazing. So yeah, do sign up.
Thank you, Lily. That's what's strong. I mean, every time we meet people who've been on the program, there's always new to hear. I'm wondering what Sharon's making of what she's heard, but we really do care about the journeys people go on. So,
Gosh,
oh,
emotional.
fantastic!
Actually, I know, emotional, Lily, emotional. Thank you.
Brilliant.
I'm not going to give exact figures, but I've gained over 50,000 in that short time in philanthropy, gifts, and local authority funding. So
well done. And obviously that's not like a core goal of the program per se, because everybody's on their own independent journey, and you'll come to see through the video and through some of the case studies, if you have a look on the We Lead for Legacy website, that people come from the public sector, the private sector, the voluntary community sector, and often some of us have already had a bit of a cross-sector career, and this kind of program is a really good grounder for people to kind of find their leadership space, as Lily sort of described there. So thank you, Lily. I do appreciate your time to tell us a little bit the journey you've been on, and we're very excited to see where you go with your own organisation, where you go with your sort of political sort of leanings as well there, in creating change, both for women in that party, in the Rochdale and sort of wider Greater Manchester area. So good for you, can't wait. And whilst you can't join this programme again, Lily, you're more than welcome to have a look at the ambassador roles that are coming up to shape the alumni network. So do look out for that.
yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much. Lovely to see you and
Thanks,
everyone.
Lily. That's fantastic. So I'm just going to jump back, and I'm sure if people had questions for Lily, we can put you in touch with her. That's no issue at all. I'm just going to jump back to the program itself. So yeah, Lily went through this program that we've been talking about, attended the majority of program days. We do understand things crop up, some things there's a date you can't make, or some things, that something's fixed, then it doesn't rule you out of the program, but you just need to let us know what's what with different things, and myself, Anna and Sharon will support you. In terms of who we're looking for, lots of different people, just like we had last year. Over 30 people, I think it was about 33 people joined the programme last year. We're really looking for at least 2 people from every borough of Greater Manchester, and then collectively various others. And we're looking for both emerging or established community leaders, or those with experience and potential. So, whilst Lily felt that she was quite new to her leadership journey, there are others who come on the programme who may have been working in leadership for some time and are really ready to take their, I guess, their impact and their resolve to the next level in what they want to achieve with their leadership journey. Anybody 18 plus is welcome to apply. But we have highlighted here that those who are 18 to 25 are typically supported by Youth Leads, who are another organisation the GMCA are commissioning to run a civic leadership programme. But that said, if there was somebody in that age bracket who was really wanting to join this particular programme, we're open to applications from anybody 18 plus. And so we're looking to make sure that the people who apply and the people who come on this journey with us and with themselves really have a civic and social leadership interest. You might have a proven track record in that, and you're wanting to use this program to really leverage impact. You might be new to this, you might be working in different sectors, but see a role for yourself within a particular industry or within a particular area or sector where you want to make a real difference. And ideally, we're looking for people who've got a particular interest in public appointments or progressing into that, raising their awareness of what public appointments are, and then thinking about how they may want to progress with that, whether that's in an education setting, in a civic and social justice setting. It could be in a kind of political life, it might be in a more sort of broad media world, it might be in the charity and voluntary community sector, but it's having that interest to want to progress and lead change in new ways. Obviously, as Lily's mentioned, we didn't pay her to do that, but she made the good point that you've got to be in it to gain from it. And so we're looking for people who have got the capacity to commit to these programme days, the peer learning, the graduation and wider experiences. And we're looking for people from diverse racial and minoritised backgrounds to, bring broader voices, inclusion, and a wide range of perspectives. And as you'll see from last year, we had a really broad range of people on the programme who just really enriched it and enriched the learning all round for both the participants, the local authorities, and then those leadership journeys that they've been going on to. So as some of you will know, the expression of interest is on She Leads for Legacy website, and that's the link there. Anna may put the link in the chat shortly, but you'll be getting an email after this with the recording, with the links, and everything else to follow up. The deadline's the 31st of March. We're not anticipating extending that deadline, so I would say please do not hesitate to get your forms in. And it's not a hard form. It's a Google form. It's a series of questions, and it's just there to help us understand a little bit more about you, what's motivated you to want to join the programme, a little bit about your experience and interests, what you want to gain from this and where you see this opportunity taking you in the future, your level of interest in public appointment opportunities or raising your awareness on that, and anything else that you think we need to know to support you through the programme. So it's not a test, and we look forward to reading those and looking at how, whether you get on the programme or not, we can support you to be part of the benefit of what happens here. There's the programme days, there's wider networking, there's going to be the alumni network running event. So everybody who applies this year, last year, and previous will be invited to wider opportunities that are open beyond the programme days themselves. So I was just going to quickly mention the just so people might be wondering, how do we select people? Ultimately, there's a range of criteria. These are some of those criteria, but in essence, there's an independent panel who scrutinise a short list of applications. To be fair, we scrutinise them all, and then we pull together a short list and select 30 people, give or take, to come onto that programme. There's a mixture of people from different sectoral perspectives on that. There are people from past programmes who are on that selection panel. So it really does give an independent sort of perspective as to how we choose and how we shortlist and make those hard decisions, really, to find the 30 that come on the programme. What I will say is when we do look and we have to make some hard decisions, we do have to get a balance of demographics, across the geographies, across different backgrounds, across public, private and the voluntary sector. We want to have a mixture of people and different leaders going on this journey with us. We need to know that there's a balance of aspiring, emerging and established leaders. So we've got a real variety and mix of people involved to really enrich that peer support and the impact that can happen moving forward. There's got to be a really good values alignment. So people actually in the expression of interest form will be asked to answer some questions around their own values and interests to see how those values align with the spirit of the programme. And it's that capacity to commit, really, as well, and a genuine interest in progressing as a civic leader. So it's no more complicated than that, and it's a highly accessible way to apply and get involved in what is going to be another fantastic programme. So I think without further ado, we've heard from Lily. I'm going to show a little video and then I'll come for questions if I may. So bear with me while I just jump back and try and find, if I stop sharing for a second and do the magic trick with a bit of luck, that I try to bring this up, juggling around screen. So hopefully it's brought that up. Yes. So take a look at this and hopefully it will give you a feel for who was there last year and what they gained from it.
The knowledge, the skills that I've gained along the way, I believe have made me who I am today, and I take that with me to who I'm going to be in my tomorrow.
The program helped me to step into my zone. You know, sometimes you will be really don't know what power that you have. You don't recognize the knowledge and the skills that you've got. It's reminding me again how strong we are as a group, how close we are, and how we have so much thing in common in terms of we have that passion, change.
The program has helped me massively because it's given me confidence to speak up and speak out, given me confidence to represent people in my community who look like me, who don't have a voice.
Most of us have got the intention to do great stuff, to do great things, great exploits in this life, but we just need that final push, or somebody to actually tell us, yes, you can. And I think the program made that for us.
I feel more able to kind of stand in my authenticity as a leader.
There we go. We were very happy at the end with our smiley faces, but we hope we create some great opportunities for people on this call. And I am just going to stop sharing there, bring up our other slides, and I think we're almost at questions. If anybody's got anything burning, I'll just reshare where we were and make sure we've not forgotten anything. And yes, it's simply any questions. So oh, Mohammed, I've got a little hand up. So yes, if you want to come off.
Thanks for that. Sounds interesting. I just want to know, in terms of successful people that are allocated, will it be like, for example, will you allocate it by borough, or is that not relevant? So I'm just thinking to make it fair.
It is relevant, but it's down to the commitment of the person that wants to come on the program, what they're going to gain and learn, their interest in civic leadership going forward. And yes, we're looking to make sure we've got a variety of people from a variety of boroughs and a variety of sectors, that it wouldn't be your borough alone that we obviously want it. Whereabouts are you from, Mohammed?
We work across Greater Manchester, but we registered in Rochdale.
Perfect. So there's questions on the form that will ask you, about where you're a resident and where you work. And I would, that's of interest because some people work in one borough, live in another, and vice versa. And so we're just interested to see where the potential impact of the programme might kind of ripple out for people who are on the programme. I don't know if that answers your question.
Yeah,
but
no, that's great. Yeah, because some, like, in terms of sometimes with funding, they allocated on there, they say we want to, yes, but that's fine. No, great, thank you.
Great, thank you. Well, good luck. I've got a Saida with a raised hand.
Hi, Nicola. Thank you for the presentation. I just want to ask, because I'm 23, can you explain more about the youth leads?
I can try. So Youth Leads are a fantastic organisation. They run a similar programme in parallel, but different, and they support a group of people to explore a civic leadership journey and understand, again, who are they, what motivates them. How might they align with civic leadership and get a real understanding of what do civic and public appointment roles look like, and they take people through a kind of experiential learning journey to understand themselves and what these roles mean. So we could certainly put you in touch with the team at Youth Leads, but I would look at the information that we have here. I would look at what we've got on offer, and there's no reason why you can't apply to this particular program if you feel that you're potentially ready, for those types of program days that we talked about. It's entirely up to you. If you feel that you'd rather be around people of a similar age demographic to you and find your feet with that first, then it may be that Youth Leads is a good next step. But if you're actually looking to sort of broaden things, step up in your career, and can demonstrate a level of alignment, interest and experience, then don't be put off by applying for this program, I would say.
So will that be similar to, so is this program similar to the one that Youth Leads are running?
No, they're quite different programs, I would say. And what we can make sure we do, I'll ask Anna to make a note of your name there. We'll make sure that we put you in touch with the team at Youth Leads, and then you can see if they have what opportunities they've got coming up right now. They tend to run on a slightly different track to us, and they're quite different programs. But it would be more down to where you feel most comfortable and where you think your leadership journey needs to go next. And then you can perhaps make an informed decision on whether you want to apply for We Lead for Legacy, which is a program we're running, or you want to wait and have a look and see what Youth Leads are up to.
Okay.
Is that okay?
Yeah, that's fine. Thank you.
Great. I've got another hand up there. Is it Anita? I think, is the raised hand?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, fire away.
Cool. Just a very quick question. Is there an upper age limit to apply?
Not at all.
Great, fantastic. Because you may not have had the opportunities to do something like this, so just wanted to
last year, I'd have to go back and look, but we definitely had people who were 65 plus on the program last year.
Oh wow. Okay. All right. So, thank you.
Nickala, there's a question in the chat.
Is there? Go for it.
Do you get confirmation of your application? And I cannot work out if I applied or just asked about applying. That's a question from Dr. Erica McInnes. So when do you hear if you're successful? I think that's the first question.
Yeah, so you submit a form through the expression of interest, which you click through from the She Leads for Legacy /We Lead website. Anna and myself who will be sort of checking through those on a weekly basis, and it's likely that, I mean, I don't know if Anna's there, but Anna's more than welcome to come and describe what happens. But ultimately, on a weekly basis, we'll be looking through, we'll absolutely confirm that we've received your application so that you know it's landed, and then it's just a case of waiting to see whether or not you've been successful.
Thank you. Anna had actually responded. So the 7th of May was the date. And thank you again, Anna. You responded to the question about the online form. So just for the recording, really, do you get confirmation of your application? It's an online form. You get a screen message that your form has been submitted. Thanks very much, Anna.
Great.
Any other questions at all?
And what we haven't put on these slides is like every little date of everything that's going on. But ultimately, the programme starts on the 22nd of May, and everybody who's been selected for the programme will be made aware of that at least 7 to 10 days before the programme date starting, so that you get, basically, as early on in May as we can let you know. We'll be letting you know whether or not you've secured your place, so that you've got at least 10 days notice. And it may be worth just highlighting, some people work for themselves and don't need to ask somebody else if they can come on this programme. Other people might need to speak to an upline, or speak to a board member, or speak to somebody else in their organisation. If anybody needed support, or further information, or something from a member of the team, we can support with that. If you're feeling as though you need help to demonstrate the quality and the need of the programme for your manager or whoever to free you up to be able to join. We've had that happen before, and that's possible. Okay, anything else? Any other questions? Hopefully we've covered a bunch there, but feel free to, drop us a line. If you think of something later on, Anna will be emailing out, further details to everybody, and you'll be able to come back with any thoughts and questions then.
There's one final question.
Yeah, successful. Absolutely, we can attempt to do that. I know we'd certainly hope that if people ask for feedback, we can give that. We're not a faceless organisation, so certainly with a number of applications coming through, if people are wanting some feedback, we can certainly try and offer feedback based on the criteria. Obviously, it's a competitive process, and more often than not, it's down to the strength of applications that will come through that will be one of the main reasons. But we'll certainly speak to people on a case-by-case basis and offer feedback as best we can. And as I say, for anyone that doesn't get on the programme, there are so many other opportunities as well to link to now. There's a whole set of webinars that we did last year that we can share with people. There's the events that are going to come up through the alumni network, and there's also some wider network events that will be weaved into this programme. So do remain in touch, and we'll look forward to seeing people, whatever their journey looks like in the year ahead, as we progress with the programme.
Brilliant.
Thank you.
Well, thank you. Thanks so much, Nickala, for setting that out and just helping us to understand more about this program. We hope that you have found this information webinar useful. For those who've attended live and those who are on the replay, clearly there's been questions that have been asked. It may well be that upon reflection after you've watched the replay that you do have additional questions. The contact details to make inquiries sits on that website, that same website, She Leads for Legacy /We Lead. And that will direct you through actually to Anna's email address where you're able to make any further inquiries. I think the final remarks that I would like to make are these, that you heard Lily's testimonial, which I think you'll agree was a really powerful testimonial. And one of the things that I think is quite striking about what Lily explained is that when she saw this opportunity, her first response was to count herself out, and that she didn't see herself as necessarily eligible, or that it would be suitable, she would be suitable for the program. But she took the plunge. And as a result of taking the plunge and taking that step, her life has been, and I used that word earlier on, transformed. And so I would really urge and encourage each and every one of you to count yourself in as your default, as opposed to counting yourself out. Express your interest. This really is a brilliant opportunity, and we look forward to seeing as many applicants as possible for what we know will be a great year ahead. For my part, thank you again for attending and for watching the replay, and we look forward to connecting with you in the future. Thank you again, Nickala, and thanks, Anna, and thank you all for attending.
Great. We'll look out for those applications and see you soon.